Good day, John, and other people might be new to Ghost Recon Online. First of all, I just want to show you guys that you can add it to Steam. The way to do this is the normal way to add a non-Steam game. You do add non-Steam game, then you navigate to the Ubisoft folder. You go to Ghost Recon, and then NCSA Live. Once you go there, you go down to Ghost Recon Online Execute, and then you would double-click that to add it, and then add it to your Steam library. After you've done that, you want to go to the properties, and you could rename it anything you like. I do teamwork for the win as the tag on it. In the target area, you're going to want to paste a bunch of code in there. I got this from a couple websites, and it does work. And once you do that, I'll post this in the description, by the way. Once you do that, um, the way to start this is you have to run the launcher first. And when the launcher starts, this progress will say 0, this will say 0 data. It's not because you're missing the game, it's because it's verifying the game integrity. So don't panic on that. Until this turns from gray to blue, you can't start the game anyway. But the launcher has to run before you can run the game from Steam. Now what you do, let this run, start game turns blue. Once that is done, you can launch it from Steam right here. And I'll just pause it. Okay, the long intro, and you can skip the intro completely by hitting escape. The volume on the game might be a little bit too loud. Sorry about that. I'm experimenting with my new sound card, and it's been a pain in the ass to figure out. Anyway, your Uplay account or your Ubisoft account, it's the same thing, is not your player account. But you're going to log in with your Ubisoft account. So my Ubisoft account is Short Bus Races. After I log in, I'll show you some other things. Okay, I'm back. By the way, I've had a lifelong speech impediment, plus I'm missing a lot of teeth. So some of my words I don't enunciate properly, and I apologize for that. It's just something I have to deal with, and people who listen to me will. Okay, when you get into the game, you have to create a player name, and once you do that, you get started. Each class has its own level that you have to rank up. You can't get the higher level guns. You can buy them with real money, but you won't be able to use them until you reach those levels. Just give you an example of what the classes have. The sniper has an SMG or a sniper rifle, and its secondary is going to be a pistol. All secondaries are going to be pistols. Um, this, I'm sorry, not the specialist. The Recon has the sniper rifle and the SMG. The specialist has a light machine gun or a shotgun. You can't use both. Assault, you get a assault rifle or you get a shotgun. That's pretty basic, straightforward stuff. I prefer to play specialist. It seems to be my niche. But you can play whatever you want. Each has different strengths. A specialist has Aegis and Blackout. Recon has Oracle and Cloaking. And the Assault class has Heat or, what is the other thing? Oh, yeah, Blitz. You can see it right here. Blitz is something you rush with the shield. It's great for taking points quickly and you knock your opponents down. They don't get up for almost 2 seconds, but you're still stuck with a shield. You can't pull your weapon while you're using it. Heat will drive them back like crazy. The way to counter heat is by using blackout. And Specialist has a choice of using Aegis, which is a protective field, which depletes, by the way, the more bullets that hit it, so it can last a long time, relatively speaking. Or if you take a lot of shots or even grenades, it's going to deplete immediately and you will lose your protection. So be ready to go to cover. Blackout will send out an EMP blast. There's different levels to these perks. You got MK1, MK2, and MK3. I'm stuck with MK1 for now. It's very weak, not very effective, but MK2 and MK3 is supposed to be a lot more effective, and that's basically your ultimate goal. So I'm just going to confirm my selection. Should have my mouse cursor showing up in this. It's Bandicam, so sometimes I forget certain settings. Here's your in-game money, which is in my case, 4,632 RP. I don't get gold because I am poor. I don't spend real money on games if I can help it. I'm in the case of specialist, I'm level 12, so I have different things. Here you have solo challenge, and what it is a chance to win an extra 150 RP by completing a challenge. You got a choice of five different challenges here. Just pick the one you're comfortable with, and whichever one you feel that you can achieve. The fire team challenge. A fire team is something that's formed just before you enter a game. Someone will select you, or you can select other players by right-clicking on their names and add them to your fire team. And when you add them to your fire team, try to pick people of different classes. You don't want all recons, for instance. You want a recon, assault, and a specialist combined. But the fire team challenge, you have three different challenges, all earn the same amount of RP, which is 150. And when you complete it, you'll earn that 150. The daily win will always get you a 500 RP reward. For some reason, I've managed to win it two or three times a day if I log out of the game. It seems to be random. I can't, it doesn't seem to be consistent. Um, Other things in your inventory, the way to switch guns here, I've got the shotgun equipped. Let's say I want to switch to the light machine gun. I just drag and drop it over here, and it takes its place. Something you want to notice here is something called Magnum ammo. Magnum ammo will give a 20% boost to the damage. Uh, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not sure, but it seems to affect my accuracy. I'm not really sure about that, but I find it's not that much of a benefit for me personally. But to use the Magnum ammo, you would drag it over to your gun. It'll be labeled SG for shotgun, or if you have a primary sniper rifle or LMG, it'll say that on the tag. After you drag and drop it, you go to special ammo. You pick the Magnum ammo, and then you click accept. If you don't own it, it'll give you an option to buy the ammo. Whereas I already own it, so I just go accept if I want to equip that. I mainly play the beginner light machine gun, which allows me to do a lot of ownage. I've had some bad luck last few days. I just haven't been feeling well, and I can't concentrate. So that's my excuse. Frag grenades, you have to buy these. As you use them, you deplete your nades, so you have to go to the store and buy them. But to equip these, you just drag and drop right here, equip them. Now, you can only you get two per spawn. So let's say you have 20 grenades like I normally have. You're good for 10 spawns, then you're going to be out of nades. So try not to die. Here you got your armor inserts. These are just examples. These are all level 3, but if these were level 1 and level 3, they'd have the exact same stats. The only difference between these armor inserts is in appearance. There's like Assassin's Creed armor that makes you look cool and all that. To equip that, you just drag it over here, although you don't really need, just click on your armor, you can find this dialogue. I've already got it equipped, but just to give an example, here you do this, you click down, and a lot of times if you don't own any inserts, it'll give you an option to just buy inserts, which is pretty cool. You don't have to go here, it'll automatically appear usually if you're missing inserts completely. But, I like to mix them up. I got like health and regeneration, and over here I have toughness. Another one you can do is critical hits reduction. Now, different armor has different amount of slots, and the extra slots you can add another armor insert. I also believe you can add an extra nade if you have a third slot. But I haven't confirmed that. I haven't really experimented, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. The military cap and helmets and blah blah blah. From what I understand, those are purely cosmetic. They have no effect on protecting the player. So you just want to look cool, you can get these, you buy them in the store. Now, going into the store, You have a choice of weapons and such, you know, machine guns. And like here, you can see this has a dark color to it. That means it's above my level, and I can't purchase it and use it. I can still purchase it, I just can't use it until I reach that level. The pistols, which are the only secondaries they have for this game. The Red Hawk is probably uh, the most uber powerful gun, probably a little more difficult to aim, but people love to use it because it's just a lot of fun to work with. For your grenades, you go to consumables and you can pick your time grenades or your impact grenades. The HE grenades are more powerful if you aim them correctly. Otherwise, they do some really tiny damage, which you can see here is minimum damage is only 10, whereas the normal grenade has a minimum damage of 80 and a max of 180. So the HE has a max of 250. But the timing is just about the same. Uh, the impact grenades will go off after a certain amount of time anyway, but they go off immediately when they make contact. So that's the only difference, and you're probably familiar with that. The Magnum ammo, like I can buy it for my LMG if I want, or my shotgun here. Armor inserts, or some of them are really high rank, they look cool. Boost, you can only buy with real money. Get 50% experience in RP boost. You got bundles, which is like an avatar bundle. Here you have a starter bundle for a specialist. If I was Recon, they would offer that one. But I could get the M96, the Pentagon shotgun, the Hermes armor, which is a really fast speed armor, a couple of grenades, and a bunch of armor inserts, things like that. Just to give you an example of how that works. But that's where that is. All right, look, I clicked on it on the shopping cart icon. This is your inventory, that gun up there. Look at your profile, go right here. You can see there's a bunch of stuff on that. Also medals and blah, blah, blah. It just goes on and on and on. Here is a clan profile. I accidentally joined a clan, um, but it's kind of a funny name, so I'm sticking with it. Justin Bieber's happy because it was pretty cool. Over here, you can purchase your gold. I'm not going to do that. Not going to have it. Never, never, never. You can switch class here. Let's say you want to go back to Recon. In terms of selection, and you notice in the store here, what was the other thing I was looking at? Oh, never mind. I'll never figure this out. Can't remember. Anyway, you can see you got SMGs available, and you got sniper rifles. If you're assault class, you can just, select your different AR and things like that. But again, you can just switch class by clicking on that button right there, where my arrow is. So, assault class. When you're ready to play the game, all you got to do is go to play and matchmaking. Now, the way the matchmaking system works, it's supposed to group them so that you're close to the same ranks. It does not work yet. I don't know when they're going to be able to fix that, but ideally they're going to have them in brackets so that new players will not be grouped with level 30s, things like that. But I've been against some level 30s, and I've beaten them sometimes, but mostly I lose because they tend to be a lot more experienced than I am. You have like 6 different maps here, I think. This is an outdoor map, for instance, Chernova or Chertonova. And you got one that's got a submarine in the middle with water and stuff. You got stuff where it looks like a gigantic shopping mall with a bunch of stairs in it. Some of these have long capture points. You got conquest mode, and you got what's the other one? Oh, holdout. Holdout. There's 3 rounds. With conquest, there's 2 rounds. In this game, when you play, you always start in the back of the map, no matter what part of the game you're in. So there's no forward spawn that I'm aware of. I don't. I'm not sure that you progress at all on where you are on the map until you've captured several points, like in Onslaught. But It would be nice if there was a forward spawn, but there isn't. I want to show you something here. There is device and squad support. In squad support, there's as I rank up, there will be probably some other ones coming up, but there's some different things you can do. You got combat regeneration, you got hardened armor, and you got higher level versions of these as well. On devices, you can upgrade your equipment. As you can see, they go up significantly in price. Something else I've noticed in this is the weapons. If you look at the higher ranking weapons, like this one here is damage 36 and fire rate 750 and all that blah blah blah. And you look here on the left icon where the M27C is versus the GL. You can see the arrows. They point down if it's weaker and they point up if it's better. But I know some of the higher class stuff is weaker than the lower class stuff. This one here, that one's more powerful. This one here is more powerful. And that one there is more powerful. But over here, it's a mixed bag. Not that much difference between them. But that's about it, I think. Like I said, to play matchmaking, and you do start search. And if you want to cancel, you can just click this X up here. Once you're in a server with other players, there'll be a list of them here, and you can right click people's names, add them to your friends list. You can block them, you can report them, or add them to your fire team. In this game, though, there's no visual indicator in the game who's in your fire team, so you have to remember their names. You have to always look at their tags and know who they are. The best way to take care of that is to have communication in the game. But I've noticed nobody uses their damn mic in this game, which is very frustrating. Some people just go to Skype or TeamSpeak or Mumble, which kind of defeats the purpose of using the in-game VoIP. A lot of new players may not have installed all that stuff, so it would be cool if people did use their mic in the game. But that's the problem with a public server is you're going to run into a lot of people that are new. They don't know the key bindings for using their voice, or they just don't have a microphone. There's no planning ahead. There's no strategy, and it's just guesswork if they're going to stick close to their teammates and play the objective. But overall, people do try to play the objective. People do try to stick together. They have these icons, these lines that connect all the players that are on your squad, so that you can be aware of their positions at all times. I do believe that's about all I can offer, and I wish you good luck. But this should be something that is lots of fun for you, and enjoy.